18 minutes before the top of the hour, that being 8 o'clock here on the program on this final day of the convention, the elective conference here at the Nasrec Expo Center. And a couple of things that I can tell you. We had a conversation with Zizi Kodwa a few minutes ago, and he was confirming with us that the voting for the NEC has officially been concluded. The delegates were voting through the night. That has now ended, and the counting is underway. They're hoping that those results will be out at around about 10 o'clock this morning, and this conference should officially end at around about 3 o'clock when the president, the now president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, gives that closing address. So what Zizi was saying, they don't want any further delays. The delegates have got a long journey ahead of them. Christmas is around the corner and they need to be home with their families. So they're really trying to push things ahead in a swift manner. But right now, let's talk to my next guest, and let me introduce you to him, because it is a great honor to be joined in studio by Phathekile Holomisa, who is the honorary president of Controlesa, and he's the deputy minister of labor. Wonderful to see you, sir. Thank you so much for being with us.
Morning.
Now, you are a happy man, no doubt, after your favorite for the position of ANC president was elected, Cyril Ramaphosa.
And I said I didn't know how you knew that, but yes, indeed, I am happy.
Good.
They did a good job, whoever came up with the formula that ensured that you have the kind of seats that we have. My small regret is that I would have been happy personally if the deputy president was Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, so that in the coming decades she could be in a position to take over the leadership of the organization as a woman for the first time.
I mean, everybody has been talking about that, and that unfortunately has been one of the central themes to come out of this conference, is the lack of women representation in the top six. And, you know, it's worrisome for the future of the party, because if you look in years to come now, I mean, we know how it works. Usually your president stands for 2 terms, and if the past serves us correctly, the deputy may step into that position, and then again, it's another male. But, you know, where does this leave women in the party? Why are they being overlooked for these positions?
Well, I imagine it's a combination of 2 factors. First of all, South Africa society is a patriarchal society, male-dominated. At the same time, women are not doing themselves a service by not ganging up against males insofar as this particular matter is concerned, because it's obvious that a number of women didn't support a woman candidate. And when we were fighting against apartheid, it was the responsibility of blacks in the main to fight the racist system that was dominated by white racists. So it becomes even more incumbent now on those who are particularly oppressed to take up the cudgels and lead the fight against gender discrimination and domination of women.
You know, it is the fault of women, and I say that in a certain respect, because if you look at the makeup of the delegates that are here, it's predominantly women. I think, I'm not sure what the figures are, but the makeup is there's well over half of the delegates here are women, and yet it's still that they are voting for the males. And I don't know if they've been told to do this. I don't know if they feel that women are not good enough for the positions, or if, as one would assume, this is all politics at play.
Yeah, I would imagine that matter of why women would vote for men instead of other women would be a matter for sociologists who will get into the psyche of women. But indeed, I think it is their responsibility, as much as it is everybody else's responsibility, to ensure that women are treated equitably.
Yeah.
But also those who managed to come up with this formula that ensured that you have 6 for NTZ and 6 for CR, they should have also worked on this particular matter.
Yeah. That the representatives were women, more women in as nominees. I mean, that would have been, that would have been the ideal. I want to talk to you about labour. This is obviously, you are the Deputy Minister of Labour, amongst many other hats, which I hope we can get to as well. But, you know, many are commending the fact that Ramaphosa is now the president of the ANC. He is a businessman. We have seen the rand strengthened. We've already heard a lot of the ratings agencies saying they are watching very, very closely, but it is a positive sign now that we may not be downgraded further. Do you think, under a Cyril Ramaphosa presidency, things can turn around. It's going to be hard work, but do you think that these jobs that we so badly need can be created?
Well, I'm sure it can be, because as you just indicated, he's a businessman, he's a former trade unionist. He knows both sides of the economic spectrum, and therefore he knows what is required in order for jobs to be created. He knows what is required for investors to come forward and assist in the creation of a better economy that is going to be inclusive, but at the same time making sure that the unemployment problem is addressed. I'm very optimistic in that regard.
Yeah. Just on a final closing note, unfortunately, in the interest of time, I can't ask you more on that, but also from Contralesa, the traditional leaders of South Africa, your response again to the appointment of the top six and from traditional leaders' perspectives.
Well, unlike in the past, I think the past administration has done a lot towards recognition of traditional leadership. We have the National House of Traditional Leaders provincially, and also local houses of traditional leaders. There's some attention now that is being paid to traditional leaders in a much more serious way than before. However, the ANC still has not formulated a position on traditional leadership, and I'm hoping that from this conference, they will at least say categorically that the institution of traditional leadership is recognized and it is going to be promoted and protected by the incoming leadership of the ANC and therefore government.
Right. We thank you for your time. We thank you so much for joining us here on the program. Nkosi Dilizintaba Phathekile Holomisa, the Honorary President, Contralesa, and the Deputy President of Labour, talking to us here at the final day. And I imagine that there's going to be a lot of expectations around the closing address of Cyril Ramaphosa. Just, I've got a couple of seconds to get your opinions on that. What are you hoping to hear from him?
Well, obviously, matter of unity, matter of ensuring that all South Africans look to the ANC to resolve its problems, that all South Africans are going to support the leadership of the ANC to ensure that, as I say, everybody feels at home once again, because all the other organizations that are there, even if they won't say it openly, are looking to the ANC to succeed so that the country in itself also succeeds.
All right, Deputy Minister, thank you very, very much for joining us here on the program. We take a quick break. There is a business breakfast that's currently underway.